Bam, damn, a damn Alabama fan and proud of it. Gump Nation forever, brother.
Namath again faking, quickly finds his target.
Cuts in. He's at the 40-yard line. He's at the 30.
Quick drop throws in the end zone.
Each number represents an expectation, a challenge that only a championship tradition can issue.
Pressure. Anders hits him. The ball is loose.
Alabama, here comes a heat. Cornelius Bennett. Whoa, did he get lit up?
It is an endless passing of the torch that urges the wearer to enrich his legacy.
Brings pressure up the middle in a hurry. They can't get away from Dante.
Alexander, first down and more. Richardson breaks free on the sideline. Turns at corner. Can you say goodbye?
Because at Alabama, tradition is not retired. It is built.
Doesn't just roll out great players. He and his staff develop them. It's all about the process.
This is not the end. This is the beginning. It's important. But how we do what we do becomes more and more important. And that's for every guy here. We got to do it better. Our goal is to have the kind of team that nobody wants to play. And that means that we have to impose our will to dominate the competition all the time. It's all about what does it take to break you.
Does put a smile on my face.
All right. Good morning, everybody. How are y'all doing today?
Great.
Good, guys, y'all.
I love the enthusiasm. That's right. Roll Tide. High tide.
Okay.
I love that commercial. I do. High tide. Good morning, Jeff. Good morning, Steven. And good morning, Mr. William. Yep, Mr. Jones. How are you doing, brother? Let's see here. Good deal, Lucille. I got chat this morning. By the way, guys, before we get started, I know everybody on here pretty much, but there may be some new people come on later. There's quite a few more coming on watching the show afterwards. If you ain't subscribed to Nick Saban Jr., get over there. Man does a great job. Him and Van and Junior and all that, man, it's just good stuff. I watch them as much as I can. Guys, it's a great show, so get over there and subscribe to him if you haven't already. And we always appreciate Nick Saban Jr. coming on here. All right. Guys, y'all got anything to say before I start reading off the list?
Well, it's a MA day, but, to heck with Auburn. Let's go. I'm fired up, Mr. Spencer. I don't know about you, but I'm like that guy ready to run through a brick wall, brother.
Yeah. Hey, Jeff, you said it right, man. I was sitting there texting last night, and we'll get into it later about the Georgia game. This is college football right now is just all screwed up. Weirdest season yet. Yes, sir. All right, here we go. Justin that played last week. Justin, you were up to 10. Let's see here. Roll Tide Rise Up. If you are on here or something, I did not get your picks. I know you was on the show, but I didn't see you pick anything. So if you have, let me know, brother. Right now, but you're standing at 12. Let's see here. Next man, George. I didn't see you on here playing, so all I got for you right now is 17. Junior, did I tell you got 13?
No, you didn't.
Yeah, you've been gaining every week that you've come in here and played. I mean, you're doing really, really well. Anyway, Jeff is sitting at 17. I am sitting at 18, which pretty much puts me out of the running. I do have a chance, but not much of one. Let's see here. We have the next guy, Stephen Hicks. You got 2 of them last week. We all missed one. We all did. So, but Stephen, you done really good. You got 2 of them. You're sitting at 20. Mr. Jones, you were sitting at 21. William, you were sitting at 18. I'm sitting at 18. Todd, you're sitting at 22. And let's see, Steven, I said you were at 20. And let's see, Jeff Stapleton, you are sitting at 25. You're making it hard on us, brother. Here's the surprise. AT, you were sitting at 26. B Jammin is sitting at 26. So right now, our top 3 guys is B Jammin, AT, and Jeff Stapleton. Next one's up to him next would be Todd and Mr. Jones. So you guys are looking good. Y'all are in the running very much so. It's anybody's game at that point. Of course, there's some of us that's got an outside chance, but we'll wait and see. All right.
Hey, Mr. Icebox, a quick question for B Jammin. Hey, Jammin, what recruiting service do you get your picks from? That's just a joke. I'm ready to rock and roll, baby. Go ahead.
Yeah, let me make this announcement and make sure it's good and clear. We are playing through the playoffs, and if we have to, we will go all the way up to the championship game. There is no sense in calling it now, and because everybody still wants to play in the playoffs, so we decided we would continue to go into the playoffs. If there is at any time and chance of, according to the games, that there is no way to catch a certain player, or say if it's AT, if there's no way you can pick a game and still beat him, we'll call it. Okay. If it's not him, if it's somebody else, we don't care. It could be B Jam, it could be Junior down there. But if, like I said, if you've got no chance of catching the guy in the last few games or the championship game, I'll call it and we'll send out the money. Okay. So just so everybody knows and understands. What happened to Spencer?
He looks better. Seriously, guys, welcome to Alabama Tides Invitational. Y'all welcome to join and fun and have a lot of fun with this. Mr. Nick Saban Jr. gracious with his presence today, and everybody, you got to understand, we love Nick Saban to death.
Yes, we do.
Highly intelligent. He's got a lot of inside knowledge. He listens. He absorbs things better than I do. So when he's talking, he's like F. Hutton. I listen. And every now and then he'll say something that I have no clue was fixing to go on, and it helped me on some of these pick'ems. Thank you. I appreciate all the inside information on the recruits and stuff like that, because that's part of the game. It's never, people say X's, O's, Jimmy's, and Joe's is right. It's always been the Jimmy's and Joe's, not the X's and O's. But go ahead, Mr. Icebox.
All right. William, yes, you are still. If I'm in the running, you're in the running. So, yeah, you are. Jeff says he's on your little donkey butt. So, I'm going to say it that way. B. Jammin cannot be on the show today. He is driving for a family Thanksgiving. He already knows what the teams are. He sent me the picks within like 30 seconds of me telling him what they were. So, it's honest pick for sure. Good morning, Jeff Roy. Glad to see you, brother. You're still playing if you want to. Yeah, you got before, so but you're welcome to play anytime. All right, guys, we're going to get started. So we got a lot to talk about today, and we're going to start off with South Carolina versus Clemson. It is at Clemson's house. South Carolina is sitting at 8-3 overall, 5-2 away. Clemson is sitting at 9-2, 5-1 at home. I'm sorry, they're 5-2. Yeah. Okay, I get that. But yeah, South Carolina is 5-2 away. Clemson is 5-1 at home. Clemson is picked to win by 3 points. Okay, dead up. All right, I'm gonna go off with Spencer first. Go ahead, brother.
Well, on this one, we got South Carolina. Them Gamecocks, they've improved more and more and more. They're peaking at the right time this year. I got a lot of faith in them. But they always have a problem at Clemson for some damn reason. It's almost like it's their voodoo land when they go to Clemson. I don't know why. Can't explain it, but it's some reason they have a hard time winning there. 3 points. I've got to go with my gut on this one. I've got to go South Carolina because they've been getting better and better and better. So I've got to go with them, and I can't stand Dabo. So that's another damn reason. So I'm going with South Carolina.
All right, AT, have at it, bud.
Has anybody heard anything about? Excuse me, I'm sorry. Anybody heard? Junior, you heard anything about the running back? Is he healthy still, or is he hurt?
What running back?
For South Carolina, that's such a good running back. Gardner, Sanders.
Nah, he been far as I know, he good.
South Carolina.
You picking South Carolina?
Man, yeah, I'm gonna tell you what, that guy. If I could pick a running back in the country, he'd be my number one running back. I mean, all these other guys, Boise State's got a good one. I understand all that, but that Sanders kid, he's a difference maker in the game. They're going to try to. I double team, triple team, make sure he don't beat me running the ball because I don't think that Clemson kid can beat me throwing. I would try to stop him running the ball, but I'm sorry, I got that backwards. I don't know if Clemson, excuse me, I don't know if South Carolina can beat me throwing the ball, so I'm going to try to make them one-dimensional, make them throw the ball. But if you let that kid from South Carolina get hot, you can forget it. Sanders will run over you, around you, through you, and you'll be laughing at you as he goes by. South Carolina.
All right, South Carolina. NSJ.
Well, me personally, I'm going South Carolina all the way. Everything right for South Carolina right now. Quarterback play, running back play, everything just right at the right time. But me, I'm a trench guy, and I love South Carolina trenches, and South Carolina trenches would be too much for Clemson today.
All right, South Carolina. Now, surprise, surprise, I'm going with Clemson. And I know everybody thinks I'm just doing that to be different. No, I don't think so. Clemson is 5-1 at home, and South Carolina's 5-2 away. I just don't see that South Carolina's got enough to overcome this, and I really think that Clemson has been playing better football here lately. And you ain't talking about 3 points, and it's at Clemson's house.
I thought you said that South Carolina.
Well, that's what I'm saying. South Carolina versus Clemson. Listen to me. And I'm picking Clemson.
Okay, but is it at South Carolina or at Clemson?
It is at Clemson.
Okay, that's fine. I thought you said South Carolina. We're good.
Okay. All right. So we got the picks in on that one. Anybody want to change anything before we move on? All right. We will go next with Texas versus Texas A&M. It is at Texas A&M's house, AT. Texas is 10-1. They are 6-1 away. Texas A&M is 8-3. They are 5-1 at home. Texas has picked a win by 4.5, which means you have to win by 5 points. Okay. All right. We're going to go ahead, Spencer.
Putting 5, 4.5 means 5.
That's what I said.
Yeah,
4.5 means 5.
But if you want me to go ahead, I'll go ahead. On this one here.
Yeah, go ahead if you want to. Yeah.
This one here is like, I don't really know who to pick. Texas has not impressed me. Not at all. Not a single game I've watched them play in have I that's the best team that SEC has. They haven't. It's just I'm not impressed with it. Do they have talent? Oh Lord, yeah, got all kinds of talent, all across the board. Hey, always Texas team. They're still trying to work off all that money that they pay to get in there. I'm not there either. 5 points. 5 points. I'm going to go with Texas because Alabama needs Texas to win this game and knock out a team out of any whatever. So I'm just going to pick Texas for that one reason because Alabama needs them to go. That's my pick. AT?
Yeah. And this is at Texas. If this game would be at Texas A&M, I would have took the Aggies. Because I agree with what Mr. Spencer just said, guys. Texas has been their schedule has been, for an SEC schedule, their schedule's a little soft. They ain't their best win of the year is what? Michigan, first game here. I don't know who all they beat, but excuse me. The game's at Texas. A&M and Texas ain't played next amount of years, so both of them come out fired up, ready to rock, ready to roll. And I think Texas can throw the ball. Well, I know Texas can throw the ball better than A&M can throw the ball. Elko's done a wonderful job down there at Texas A&M, and he's going to do good. I think he's going to be a good coach. I don't know if he's going to be a great coach, but he's done good. But I just don't think A&M overall has a firepower unless Dr. Jekyll or Mr. Hyde. I don't know which one you're going to get with Texas, just like Alabama. You can get the good or the bad at home, 5 point. That's worth it to me. That makes it even. I think straight up Texas beats them by about 9, maybe 10 points. But I'm taking Texas to win the game. I mean, there ain't no way to go A&M. Okay,
Hey, tell you,
Wait, before you move on,
I was going to say it's at Texas A&M. It ain't at Texas.
yeah, the game. It's at A&M. Yes. Now, which one did you pick, Spencer?
Texas.
Okay.
Because I want them to get
Junior.
Well, last week, A&M lost.
Yes.
To Auburn. But I will say, even though they lost, the way they came back, I think that was the best offense they really played all season during their loss. When they came back, that was the best offense I've seen A&M play all season. College Station, I like Texas. They all right. I like the players individually. But Texas ain't really did nothing. They ain't played this rivalry game in the years, in a long time. And the first one being the College Station, I'm going with Mike Elko because he got them kids playing to what we say, play to the identity of the coaches. They play hard over there. I like A&M in this game, man. I like A&M.
Man, that is tough.
Yeah, I might have to take back a little bit of what I said about you.
That's
a good pick.
It makes sense. Texas A&M did play Auburn last week, and they lost by 2 points, but they did play good football. I feel like they're on the up and up. They're better off than what they were under Jimbo Fisher. I believe that, and I believe they're starting to gel up as a team. Texas hasn't improved me either, but they are still sitting at 10-1. They're not a bad football team. Can they go to College Station and win this by 5? Yeah, I believe they can. No problem. None at all. And it'd probably be more than that if they really hit their stride. But it is Texas A&M. It is at Texas. Yep, I see it. And that's what I'm taking into consideration.
Yep.
The 12th man, it's a big deal. And it really does show up. And this big of a rivalry game, Texas sitting at 10-1, possibly, we know they're probably going to be in the SEC playoff or championship game. So I'm looking at Texas A&M being a little bit of a spoiler here. I'm going to go with Texas A&M.
You know what my man L.A. Chris told me when they played Texas A&M the week I had him on the show. Mm-hmm. He told me the 12th man wasn't real. And the 12th man was live in effect when they beat LSU.
Yeah. That 12th man. We all know it. I mean, it's not something they just say or do, man. It is. It's for real deal. All right, we're going to move on. That's interesting. We got 2 split there. I like that. I'm going to you know what? I am going to take a vote. This being the last game of regular season, I'm going to ask the chat themselves and you, do you want to add a 4th game this week? And the 4th game that I'm looking at adding is Texas versus Vandy. Do we want to do that? I got a thumbs up. Thumbs up. AT says no. I'm looking at the chats because so far you got 3 against 1. But anyways, yep, I'm gonna look at the chat, and while we're doing that, we'll go ahead and talk about.
Now, if you do that, you got to send that over to B Jamming because he don't know about it.
I already did.
Okay. I like that other game.
Yep, I already did. I told him we might be picking this one, so he did send me his first 3, and I will allow him a chance to pick on the 4th, if that's what it is. Jeff says yes. Yep. Everybody said, okay, you're outruled there, AT. You scared now, ain't you?
Hey,
I wanted the Miami game.
Yeah.
Hey, T, we trying to change the rules on you like they did Nick Saban.
There you go. Trying to reel me in.
No, I just thought it would be interesting. I think this is going to be a challenging pick. I really do. Tennessee versus Vandy. Matter of fact, I'm going to go with Junior on this one first.
Well, with me,
wait a minute, hold up. Let me set you up. All right. Tennessee versus Vandy. We are playing at Vandy's house. All right. Tennessee is sitting at 9-2. They're 7-0 away. Vanderbilt is sitting at 6-5. They are 4-2 at home. Tennessee is picked to win by 10.5 points, which means they have to win by 11. I'm sorry about that, Junior. Go right ahead.
Well, I mean, out of all the years they didn't play this game, Vandy feel like this is the year they can do it in Tennessee.
Nope.
And my man TriStar, he brought up a good point. Why does this rivalry have a name? Maybe because Vandy be so irrelevant all the way, but that doesn't have nothing to do with that. Overall, look, I got Vandy this year. I feel like rivalry game. We seen Ole Miss and Mississippi State last night. We thought Ole Miss was gonna probably blow Mississippi State out of the water, and rivalry week, no, it didn't happen. They played them tough. We seen Georgia last night. What was it? 8 overtimes? Crazy.
8 of them. Yeah.
I think this is the game. Vandy stands strong and knocks down the Volunteers down and win in Nashville.
So you're going Vandy. All right. AT, go ahead, brother.
If this is a second, third, fourth game of the year, guys, I'd be with Vandy. And I heard me earlier in the year against South Carolina. I said Vandy. And I learn. Vanderbilt has a pretty good team earlier in the year as well. This later year, everybody's got their bruises, got their bumps and all this. And here's the difference in the game. You take all that stuff, throw it away. The depth they got at Vanderbilt is not the same they got at Tennessee. Tennessee going to run away and hide with this one. I mean, it ain't going to be close. I don't think at all. The running back, he going to get going. He going to Dylan, whatever his name is. He going to run clean through them. I mean, they can throw the ball on them. But what I'm saying is Vanderbilt has got too many of their better players that are hurt, that are bruised, and who's going to come in behind them? Ain't half as good as what they had. And they might play it tight for the first half, but overall, the point spread was 21. I'd take Tennessee, so I'm taking Tennessee. What is it, 11?
It is 11.
Yeah, I'm going to take Tennessee today, tomorrow, and next week. Tennessee.
All right. Jeff, I read your comments, brother. You're welcome to change it at any time, but I will ask at the end of the show when we make our final picks that you put in all 4. There will be an all 4. You're more than welcome to change. Those are the ones that I go by. If I can't find it, I will go back through, and you know how it goes. I get the most recent that I can. That's why I ask at the end of every show, put in the top 3 or put in if you change them, that's fine. But your last 3 picks is what I will go by. All right, go ahead, Junior. Sorry, Spencer.
Don't touch Junior like that. Good Lord, man. Jeez.
I know. He might not never come back on this show.
But anyway, for me, Vandy put a shock on people at the beginning. Well, it ain't a shock no more. People can scheme up for it now. You can't just throw that out there, that little shock phase like you did to Alabama. That ain't going to happen against Tennessee. They've had all season to see what you're doing, i.e. little twist. And like AT said, you banged up too, and you ain't got depth. What you got is good, but you ain't got depth. So I'm going Tennessee in this one all the way.
Tennessee all the way. All right. This is really, really tough. Yeah, and it's kind of hard. Like, you don't pick against Vandy this year. You know, they've really improved, and I have to give them kudos for what they have done this year. Yeah, Vandy's still Vandy. You know, Tennessee, I really haven't been that much impressed either. To just be honest with you, I think that Vandy has a chance to keep it close. I ain't gonna say they got a chance to win it. I really don't think so. I think Tennessee will overpower them there in the end. But will they win by 11 points? That's the question. That is the question. Oh, guys, I'm just gonna have to go with. I see you over there, AT. 11 points. I'm gonna have to go with Tennessee. My comment says, if I was going to put down real money, I would have to take Tennessee.
Hey, guys, just for a quick note of that, Tennessee's strength of schedule is 10. Vanderbilt's strength of record, I'm sorry. Tennessee's is 10 and Vanderbilt's 33. So I'm going to take that for what it's worth.
All right. All right. Now, and I'm going to save Junior on this one. That's for sure. Auburn versus Alabama. Fourth and final game. Auburn is sitting at 5-6 overall, 4-4 away. Alabama sitting at let's put this out 8-3. They're 6-0 at home. It is at Alabama's house, Tuscaloosa bound for the gentlemen. 10.5 points, which means Alabama has to win by 11 points. AT, go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I was trying to look up a strength of record on this one. I mean, I'm going with Alabama no matter what happens here because, I mean, I just can't. I mean, Auburn's playing better lately, and in this last game, the quarterback actually threw the ball some. But I'm telling you, like I would have done against Oklahoma, and believe me, if this right now was MA, I'd be letting the colorful metaphors fly like a bunch of quiver aquarium. I'd absolutely just go off a deep end. But I would make Peyton Thorne beat me throwing the ball. You're not going to run the ball. I'd put 8 men in the box, say throw it. If you can throw it, you can beat me. They're not going to do what Vanderbilt done. They're not going to see what Oklahoma done and copper Vanderbilt and beat Alabama. Mr. Kane Womack, if you allow them to run the ball the way them two teams did, you deserve to be fired. They can't throw the ball that quarterback. Peyton Thorne is not going to – he can throw the ball, but he will throw – if you put that many men on him, he will throw more interceptions than completion. If you let Auburn beat Alabama running the football, you deserve to lose your job. And there ain't no ifs, ands, and buts about it. I know everybody deserves more than one season. But Auburn can't throw the ball. They're not going to throw the ball well enough to beat you. So put the men in a box, make them have to throw the ball, and go get him. Put them in a box and go get him. Let's put pressure on them. Let's attack them. Let's hit them and beat them all game long. And let's do it that way. So I'm going to take Alabama. And Alabama probably 3, maybe 19 points. But Alabama.
All right. Go ahead, Spencer.
Don't like it. Don't like it at all.
Preach.
Don't know who.
Preach.
What?
I said, I feel you finna preach it. Spencer look at it all. He look at the real.
After Spencer, let's go.
Okay, I'm trying. I know we got time. I got to pick these, but dang, man, I don't know what team's gonna show up for Alabama. I don't know. I mean, are they gonna have heart when they show up when they get there? Or are they just going to go by, get on their phone, see if their NIL check had hit clear the bank yet? I mean, I don't understand. Are they just going to get up there and take selfies, have some fans give them a 10 spot for a selfie? I don't know. I honestly, this is the first time. I'm 62 years old, y'all. This is the first time in Alabama history for me that I can honestly say I don't know who's showing up on the field. I've never been able to do that. Even in our worst days, the guys fought. The guys had heart. The guys gave it everything they had. They just didn't have the talent and just got their ass whooped. I mean, but here, we've got more talent than they do, and we just either don't want it, don't care, something. I don't know what it is. And I mean, how many points is it again?
11 points. It's the same as Tennessee.
You know you're going to Alabama. You might as well go ahead and say Alabama. You know you're going to.
No, I'm going to say Auburn.
I know.
I'm going to go Auburn. 11 points.
He's had a stroke.
Kansas City should beat them. I mean, Alabama should beat them by 24, 26 points. Easily. But are they going to run the ball? Is he going to run that 3-down lineman defense again? I mean, if he does that, we're going to get beat by 20-something points. That's I don't know who's showing up. I don't know the scheme. I know nothing at this point to pick this game. If it was I had money, I wouldn't bet on this game. I know that damn much.
You got that right.
I agree. You're right about that defense. If they run that 3-3-5, we're in trouble. And that's the reason why I said
All right, Junior. We need the choir to step in behind the preacher. Go ahead.
Well, I'm an Alabama fan. So on game day, it's always Alabama by 50. You can lock that pick in. But let's talk football. You can try to stack the box if you want to. You think that might be the question, but Auburn beginning to popping lately with Cam Coleman. And Cam Coleman lately emerging this season. My God, shout out to Central Phoenix City putting out them 5-star athletes on a consistent basis. And he ain't the only wide receiver that they got over there. So you say let Peyton Thorne beat you by Thorne, it might not be a good thing because our DBs do have a problem with letting wide receivers get behind them. And that's not the wide receiver you want to let get behind you. Those are not the wide receivers you want to let get behind you. In a rivalry game, you don't want to let them guys get behind you. You don't want to probably test a Peyton Thorne, even though I don't believe all in Peyton Thorne like that, but I feel like this team is coming on at the right minute, talking about Auburn at the right time. They clicking at the right time, and you can play it safe and not let them get behind you. Listen, their running back Auburn has, Jacquees Hunter, he can run the ball. He can run the ball. I think he can run the ball with 8 in the box, honestly. But we talk about if the defensive coordinator he been letting teams do whatever they want to all year. So why do we have confidence in the day that he's going to adjust the day? I hope he does. I hope he make necessary adjustments when adjustments needed. I hope he gets the personnel group in the right today. Lawson being out. Keon Sayat been out for a while, but hey, Brady Hubbard been playing well. We got key users out. Justin Jefferson is a play calling day. Can he really take on the assignment of play calling? Don't know. The offense, I don't know what the heck our offense gonna look like. Auburn has a good defense. I've been watching their defense all year. Not much of their offense, but I've been watching their defense a lot this year. And they got defensive players on their team that can contain a Jalen Milroe run. They can stop Milroe running. And if you stop Milroe running, what do you do? We don't know because we seen last week. What do you do if you stop Milroe running? They don't know. Watch the Georgia Tech game last night. Haynes King and the OC. It ticked me off so bad because I said if we had those two on Alabama, Haynes King and the OC, I forgot his name, but if we had him, Alabama is a national championship team because the quarterback understands the assignment and the OC understands what he can do with this quarterback. I don't think both of those guys understand each other. Our quarterback and our OC, I don't think they understand each other. I think we're really just winging it for the best to make it happen. With all that being said, I got Alabama by 50, but that's just the Alabama fan of me. Do I really got them by 50? No, I don't know. I'm so uncertain with this. We have been so inconsistent this year. Give me Alabama to lock for the pick, but don't know. I don't know.
Hey, Junior, if you had to pick a quarterback to lead your team, how far down the list would Peyton Thorne be on your list? Would he be in the top 20, top 30, top 40? That's my only thing. The reason why I said that. I don't think Peyton Thorne can beat anybody throwing the ball unless you let him sit back there and just sit back there. I am serious, man. I'd line up and I'd blitz his butt every play, and I'd put 7, 8 men in the box and go get him every play. I don't think he can beat us throwing the ball, but I know they can beat us running the ball because Vanderbilt did.
Okay. All right. It saddens me on this day.
No.
What is
it? If you start going bad, you got to make a switch.
Should DeBoer start Simpson today?
No.
But if it's not working, Austin Mack.
Yep.
Throw in Austin Mack because
I agree with that.
The system.
I agree with that. But I'd start Milroe. You got too much money invested in that boy.
Yeah.
Yep. What was you saying earlier? 58 million?
Yep.
7
years.
Yep. So does that mean he's going to be back next year?
Good question.
Mel Kiper thinks he should go back, I think. So, yeah, he'll be back.
I'm still getting more information. I'm going to do that. I don't know if I'll do it on Monday or Wednesday of next week, but I'm getting all of his NIL contracts together, and I'm going to be posting them up there so everybody see just how many millions that Milroe's making. And will he come back next year? And we're going to lose how many quarterbacks? Yes, there's a lot to this.
Yeah,
See, to go on what you're saying right there, man, like, it's always players that I always like in the past, but sometimes it's like it's time for you to move on. I like the Roydell Williams. I like the Roydell Williams a lot, but it was time for him to move on because Roydell Williams now you taking the chance of losing to John Miller, Justice Hayes, and other guys. And to me, with this quarterback situation, the same point, I respect what you did. I love what you did. I love those magical moments that you have presented to Alabama.
Yeah.
But at this point, my brother, it's time to move on. I don't know if it's going to the NFL or to another team. I don't know. You said what Mel Kiper said. Hey, I been stop listening to them draft so-called gurus a long time ago. Come to them same dudes that boosted Anthony Richardson head to go first round. And look what he doing. Pulling himself out the game and talking about he tired. So I been stop listening to them guys.
If you're an NFL coach, would you draft Milroe in the third, fourth, fifth? Where would you draft him?
Let me tell you, AT, it ain't about what the coach want a lot of times. It's about what the GM want.
Well, how is the GM? And if you're the GM making a call, would you draft Milroe? Period.
They drafted Anthony Richardson. They drafted Trey Lance from North Dakota State after playing one full season and one game the next year. That's not enough tape. They drafted guys like that. So
would you draft Milroe if you're the GM of the NFL franchise?
Hey, you asked me. I want to draft a lot of these guys that they draft.
Yeah. Yep.
Hey, try again. Would you draft Milroe?
Hey, next day on that one, AT. Let me finish my pick. Because we may shock the world today. We don't know. I will say this much. Auburn, my brother said always back in the old days, which he's passed and gone, whenever Auburn would play Alabama, no matter where, it just depends on the record. If you got the better record, you're liable to lose this game. Auburn has always played Alabama tough. When Auburn was doing good, Alabama always would upset them. So this is a rivalry game that you just cannot count on. I don't care where you're at. Now, if this was at Auburn, I'd have to take Auburn. I'm seriously, I would have to, considering the season that we have had and everything, the circumstances behind it. We're lucky we're at Alabama, just to be honest with you. And that, how are they going to play? Are they going to come back with heart? You know, after the loss like they just took with Oklahoma, I just don't know. I'm with everybody else. It is just so hard to try to figure this team out and what they can and can't do. Milroe's a great quarterback for us. Has been, like Junior said, a lot of moments with him. A lot of moments. Won me over. I guarantee it. And Junior, I tell you, I had my doubts about him right from the beginning. But he has won me over. I just don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. And this is the sad part of this whole football season. We all are struggling. Could Alabama even beat Auburn at home? How bad is that? I'm going to say this, guys, and then I'm going to give you my pick. When Saban first come here, he was 7-4. But he come into a team that was nowhere near talented as we've got now. And we do have talent. And DeBoer is sitting here at 8-3. Some shameful losses, I'm going to be honest with you. One to Vanderbilt, not so much to Tennessee. But Oklahoma, the way they were, and how they done you, and how you played is the most important thing. Guys, I can handle losing, but I can't handle no competition. I can't handle when people play with no heart. Oh, it's just so sad. Anyways, 11 points. Alabama versus Auburn at Alabama's house. That means 2 touchdowns. I'm going with Auburn. I just don't think they can do it. I'm hoping, guys, I'm hoping and praying I'm so wrong. I know it's a game. It's a game for some money. I did. Yeah. But it's just so
we got the talent. We should beat them by 31 points easily. I mean, easily.
Yeah.
If we did, but we don't know if they're going to run the ball or not. We don't know. We don't know who's going to show up, who ain't. Are we going to actually block somebody this time? Or are we going to just let them go right by us? Because Auburn's defensive ends, they're quick. They are quick.
Yeah. Listen to them.
There's another thing they consider also, and again, this goes back to the whole schedule, the whole season. Alabama right now, according to their schedule, and Auburn according to their schedule, Alabama's schedule strength is 13th. Auburn is 69. Strength of record, Auburn is 69. Alabama's 13.
I don't care about these records.
A tougher schedule. It don't mean you're the better team, just a tougher schedule. I'm sorry, Icebox. Go ahead.
No, I don't care about the schedule. You're talking Auburn. All right. It's the same thing when you talk Alabama, LSU, Alabama, Tennessee. But when it comes to the Alabama-Auburn game, now if Auburn had still been playing a little terrible like they've been doing, I would say, this is going to be easy at 11 points. But they are saying, I take Junior's word for it. Defense. And we all admire and we all pull for defense because you got defense, you got a chance to win the game. Okay? I believe him. I don't watch Auburn. I'm sorry, guys. I don't. But I'm going to tell you right now, Auburn with defense, and all they need is a quarterback. He's had all year to gel and work some things out. I think Auburn can pull this off. They might not win. I'm going to say that, but I don't see Alabama winning by 11, and that's the point.
Auburn been in a lot of games this year. Their problem was the quarterback was turning the ball over. He was turning the ball over less now. He's being careful with the ball now. And I've been saying it, Auburn the quarterback away. I don't know if it's the dudes they got now or the dudes that are coming. I don't know. But if they keep what they got going, they're a quarterback away from being a different tier type team right now.
Yep. Yeah, like Kaylin just said. Good morning, Kaylin. It's the Iron Bowl. We played so awful last week. We don't have the confidence. If you mess up, you lose confidence. Okay. I don't have the confidence that Alabama could win it by 11 points. That's all it is. I ain't saying that Alabama ain't going to win. I'm just saying by 11 points. I don't have the confidence.
And AT, to answer your question, would I draft Miro? No. But the thing is, I'm not drafting. When I'm getting that, it's a lot of bonehead people in the NFL that getting paid big money to truly evaluate these guys, and they picking the craziest quarterbacks to go first round or, above quarterbacks that should. Would I draft them? Heck no. But like I said, it's a lot of them quarterbacks I wouldn't draft.
Let me say this. What puts people in the seats? That's what they're going to be. That's what GMs look at. So will Milroe put people in the seats? That's the question if you really want to look at Milroe. Look at Cam Newton. He really ain't won nothing, but he put people in the seats.
And that's the sole reason I asked that is because you don't get drafted early, and how much nil money he's making. Spencer said he'll look into it. That nil money he's gonna get next year will probably be more than it'd be worth if he gets drafted. So I think he'll come back for the money reason, if nothing else. That's the only reason I ask, guys. I think the nil money will bring him back.
I hate to put that statement up.
He would take a pay cut going in the NFL.
That's what I'm saying. He'd take a pay cut, so why would you leave? And here's another thing you got to remember: the 3 losses that we got, they're all the way from home. We're not road warriors, like I said. Start of the year, we need to be road warriors. We were not. We play a lot better at home. Of course, this Iron Bowl. This is a rivalry game, so it's going to be a well played, hard played ball game. I really think. I think Womack, if he will straighten his defense, I know Lawson's gone. That's a big loss, But I think if Womack will put pressure on this kid all day long, he'll fold like a cheap suit. By the 4th quarter, he'll be in the corner crying.
Now, who else got hurt, Junior or Spencer? That was on the defense last week.
Oh, last week? It was Lawson last week.
Somebody else got hurt. I don't know if he got hurt too bad, but he did get injured.
I think Overton got a little banged up.
It was Overton.
I think he got thigh bruise the way he got, because it looked like on replay the helmet hit him in the thigh.
Yeah, it wasn't that significant, though.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of curious about. All right, guys, we can move on, or do y'all want to stay on Alabama if you want to? But I did want to try to throw in this couple games just for fun. Miami versus Syracuse. Miami is picked to win by 11 points. It is at Syracuse house. Who do you think? Anybody?
Man, I like Syracuse. I've been rocking with Syracuse. Man, I like Syracuse. But Miami, man, they're a good team for what they do. But Miami ain't really impressed me all that this year. I know Syracuse will put up a hard-fought game, and I think the game at Syracuse, right?
At Syracuse, yep.
Yeah, I like Syracuse. I like Syracuse.
All right, AT, I know you're fuming. You wanted to talk about this.
Well, I know Miami ain't played a schedule this year. I mean, guys, it's easy to play a soft schedule. We know that.
Look at Georgia.
You don't have near the injuries, maybe to certain players that you'd have at other tough schedules, stuff like that. But I'd take Syracuse. I mean, if it's at Miami, I'd still take Syracuse. Miami they are a good team, but they're what you'd call a powder puff team. They're soft. And that's my opinion of them. It might not be Spencer's. It might not be yours. It might not be Junior's. But I think Miami is soft as the other side of your pillow. I would take Syracuse all day long.
Yep.
Syracuse.
All right.
Also.
Syracuse.
Hey, who's
You're right. Okay. Well, I'm fixing to go over right here in just a second. This right here. I love this, and that's what I've been harping on, guys. If you don't play with guts and glory, come on. All right. Anyways, I'm gonna have to go with Miami on this one. I just don't think Syracuse has got enough. I really don't care about this game, just to be honest with you. But 11 points, yeah, I think Miami can do it. Before we get on to this next one, and we'll get out of here, guys. The 4 teams that are playing or that we have picked this week is South Carolina versus Clemson. Clemson is picked to win by 3 at home. We have picked Tennessee. We've thrown in a 4th game for fun today. Tennessee versus Vandy at Vandy's house. Tennessee is picked to win by 10.5, which means they have to win by 11. We are picking Texas versus Texas A&M. This is at Texas A&M's house. Texas is picked to win by 4.5, which means they have to win by 5. Auburn versus Alabama. It is at Alabama's house. We are picked to win by 10.5, which means by 11 points. I hope I got everybody caught up. The rest of the stuff, we're just having a little bit of fun.
What was the South Carolina spread again? I'm sorry.
Yeah, you ain't changing your pick now, brother.
Is it 3?
It is 3. It is 3 at Clemson.
Thank you.
Yep, I got you locked in. Notre Dame versus USC. Guys, if you got any other questions, just post them up, and we'll gladly take them before we get off here. Notre Dame versus USC. What do you guys got at that? Notre Dame is playing at USC. They are picked to win by 7.5, which means they need to win by 8 points. Go ahead.
As I want USC to win this, but I don't never trust USC. Every time I pick USC for something, they always goddamn gonna do the opposite of what I say. So
Yeah.
give me Notre Dame. I hope this works.
Yeah, I hear you.
Favor.
All right, go ahead, AT.
I'm Mike Jr. I just think every time I do something with USC or Notre Dame is Auburn, home and away. I mean, you go to Auburn, you get voodoo and all that. You play Notre Dame, they got that weird voodoo going on with them. Period. I mean, it just something about that. I'm not nothing against Catholics, but something about that school. They tote the ghost around with them from stadium to stadium, and it just you never know what you get. But I'm gonna tell you, the worst job in the country right now is USC because their head coach. Lincoln Riley is a great offensive play caller, but he's not a head coach. And the sooner they figure it out, the better they'll be, and they'll fire him because USC is not going to win underneath him. I look for Notre Dame to go out there and put a stamp on the season. And I mean, USC might try to play early on, but they don't have the heart or the ability to stay with Notre Dame, I don't believe. So I'm going Notre Dame. And what's that point spread?
It is 8 points.
Lord, yeah. I mean, USC might score some points, but I think Notre Dame will beat them by that. I'd go with Notre Dame if they were picking it.
Okay, Spencer.
Well, if I was going to put money on it, which I wouldn't, but if I was, I'd put my money on Notre Dame. Who do I want to win? The USC. I want Notre Dame to lose. Period.
Oh yeah.
But that's just me on that one.
Well, I'll look at it this way. Notre Dame, maybe 2 hours away from here. Been to the college, picking up equipment and stuff. Beautiful place. Beautiful place. Really is. I can see why they're proud of it. But the only thing that's ever bothered me about Notre Dame, outside of when they played Alabama and they'd lose, they don't play nobody. They don't play no good schedule. They've always tried to be independent. I just ain't never liked that. If you're going to play in college football, man, get in there with some kind of conference and help some people make money, whatever. Yep, there you go. National champion. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really like Notre Dame. I love the school. I love the college. It is a beautiful place. I will give them that. But that's it. That's the same thing for Auburn. I can't stand Auburn's football, but they got a beautiful college. They really do. So, yeah, but I think Notre Dame will win this even by 8 points at USC. Doesn't matter. I think they're just too tough. The reason we picked these two teams to just talk about is because they are ahead of Alabama. And I just don't see much changing in the top 12 today. I just don't see it. And by the way, we'll get it out there. Kudos to Georgia Tech. You played one well of a game last night. You put everything into it. I'm really impressed with you. I think you beat Miami this year, if I remember correctly. So You did a great job this year. I wish we had put that much effort into it. We would be up there ranked number 2, 3, possibly number 1 if we had put in the effort that you did last night.
And when I watched that Georgia Tech game, man, like you said, I'm a trench guy. I watch trenches on both sides. But I seen the Georgia Tech, Brett Key, offensive lineman guy, of course. But he putting the game in the offensive lineman hands, bro. And that gives them guys confidence to push, and it gives your quarterback confidence to do what he do because he got confidence in his old line to hold it down for him. And that whole team right now got a different type of swagger about them this year.
Yep.
Let me ask you a question, and I got to take a break, guys, and you know why. And it won't be long. Do you think if Texas happens to lose today, what will that do to the SEC championship? What do you think? Y'all have at it? I'll be right back.
Well, to me, wouldn't that put Texas A&M in the SEC championship against Georgia?
I think Texas, Georgia's locked in. I'm not sure about that. If A&M wins, they might take over, but I don't think they are. I really don't.
I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. When we lost, I just stopped caring all around.
Yeah, I agree with you. I'm right there with you.
Yeah, I just stopped keeping up with it. I'm like, well, I know Georgia going, so.
There's somebody from the tri-state area.
Yeah. Facts.
Oh Lord.
You know, a lot of these games are rivalry week games are determined by skill, and a lot of it is, determined by if your coach has a bad game plan, and that's what we're worried about. If our coach has a great game plan, and you said it earlier, Spencer, you said it all year. If our game plan is good going in, we're good. We're going to do good. But if our game plan isn't right from the get go, we don't make in-game adjustments. And against Auburn, that's what I mean. Let's don't try to make an in-game adjustment. Let's put 8 men in the box and make him throw the ball, Mr. Spencer. I mean, what would you do? And I might change the question if I did. Y'all go back. But what would you do if you was Alabama's defensive coordinator against Auburn's offense? What would you do? Just
I'd go back to our the defense that his daddy Womack brought into him and had him start playing against LSU. Have him come in, have everybody up in the box, and drop. They don't know if you're blitzing everybody. You drop them back, but you're playing gap football. You had everybody up there in the gap. You made them pass, and then they didn't know who you was dropping back. When we started the season off with the 3-down linemen, there's games we could have lost that we won. We should have lost for that defense. And then we got exposed with that defense because that 3-down linemen are not going to stop a running offense. It ain't going to do it because by the time you get I don't even get started on it.
We see what happened at TCU in the national championship. Come on. All right, hold on, guys.
Yeah, go ahead.
did you hear my question?
No, I didn't hear your question, but I had a question myself.
Go ahead.
And the thing of it is a lot of people are feeling this way. Should DeBoer be fired after his first year?
No. Hell no.
I totally agree. But I'm also under the stipulation that Milroe shouldn't come back. If you want DeBoer to stay, you need to start going to DeBoer's system and let him prove himself with the players that he'll be recruiting this year and with the quarterback that he truly wants. I mean, I would want Milroe too, don't get me wrong, especially my first year here. But to apply my system, I think he needs another quarterback. I really do. Whether it be, I don't have full confidence in Ty Simpson. That's why I say Austin Mack. I would love to see Dylan Lonergan in between them two. Austin Mack. No Ty Simpson.
I'm so sorry.
Go ahead, AT.
Everybody's blaming, and I know you're not doing that. I'm just saying, it seems like the country's blaming Milroe for all this. And look here, last year, I'm just saying, Nick Sheridan was a tight ends coach last year at Washington. He's offensive coordinator this year. That's a big jump, that's a big jump. And I'm saying it's more Sheridan than it is Milroe. And I know Milroe didn't play the best, but when you put a guy in there, this is what's his third offense since he's been there. Okay, and they trying to learn the system. Everybody trying to learn the system. Guess what happens? You have a lot of miscommunication. You have a bunch of penalties. You have pre-snap penalties because you're not ready. I'm saying that out of the blame for Milroe, I'm going to say not the head coach, the offensive coordinator is 70% the problem. Milroe's 30 to 40% of the problem given the game situation. And I think Nick Sheridan needs to learn how to make play calls. We do not have a counter. Guys, we run that cubby. I call it a cubby left, cubby right, where you have the bunch of three to one side of the other. We do not have a counter play off that. When people see that, now they know what to do, and they can stop it. And Nick Sheridan needs to learn either how to call plays or we need an offensive coordinator. I'm putting most of it at the offensive coordinator spot, icebox, instead of Milroe.
Well, I will say the offensive coordinator has got one or two good plays. I love it when Milroe could run behind a running back or something like that. That was a very impressive plays there at the start, but everybody's already figured that part out too. Spencer, I'm going to ask you a serious question.
Uh-oh.
If Nick Sheridan is to be let go as the OC, he can be moved back down to wide receiver, whatever. Who would you pick as an OC, and would your OC be the one that would be coaching the offensive line?
Of one, no, would not be coaching no offensive line. When you got when Alabama DeBoer brought in a coaching manager, one guy gets paid to manage the coaches. Okay. That means I would have my offensive coordinator doing nothing but studying film, getting my schemes together, making my adjustments, doing nothing but make sure my quarterback, everybody's in tune. No, he would not be coaching no line by no means. And who I would pick, I can't answer that because I don't know what DeBoer likes to run. I don't know where he's really going with his offense. So I can't answer that. That part I can't answer.
Well, and that's an interesting thing. Now, Junior, you just got back. You watched Washington all last year. What kind of really offense is he trying to accomplish here?
Throw.
Yeah, he trying to throw the ball. It's a lot of different passing concepts. So if you're gonna hire OC, you gotta hire somebody to what he wants to do. But my thing is with these OCs the last past couple years, I'm gonna say that who would it be? I don't know. They don't know how to go off script. From Bill O'Brien to the other guys, they don't know how to go off script. Yes, you come in with a game plan, but you can be able to goddamn go off script. And he ain't been good at going off script. Whatever coordinator we've been hiring, man.
In-game adjustment. You're right.
Ryan Grubb running that offense is what Rise Up is saying. And I got a feeling this is Nick Sheridan's last year as OC coach. I really do think so. Yeah.
Him and Womack both.
There will be.
And we're all impressed with the Georgia Tech offensive coach. I think he would make a good one over here.
But
who else would you go after?
See, the reason why this stuff gets tricky, because if you get a quarterback that's not a running quarterback that's willing to lay it out on the line like Hans King, like run the ball is what I'm saying is, then is he that good of a coordinator if he got a pocket passer quarterback to just somebody in the pocket? I don't know. I just know the things that Hans King is willing to do where it helps it out so much.
Let me ask you a question, guys. Y'all think in this offense that we ran this year, do you think A.J. McCarron and McElroy would have done a better job running this style offense, or do you think Milroe would have done a better job running this style offense? I'm just curious as to that because we know they were not running quarterback.
Well, George Lambert just put something in there. Manning's pissed off. Okay, I'm fixing to get off here too, Spencer. Manning pissed off. Whoever's coming back next year. Would you take Manning as a quarterback?
Hey, so this is something that I've been seeing. I've been seeing on Instagram, and it's crazy that I didn't know how true this was, so I never spoke of it. Like, if I don't know how true something is, I don't speak on it. But since if he didn't heard this, we can talk about it. I heard that, and so the conversation that this thing was trying to make is, you were Manning coming to Alabama.
Who?
Really?
Man, like it's nothing in the statement. It's just a discussion when this person, whatever the platform is, found out about you was coming back. Like, will we take Manning as a quarterback? Well, Alabama like to see Manning at the QB position. Man, all this stuff is so tricky, man. I don't know, man.
Could you imagine what it would do to the quarterback room if he did?
Oh, heck yeah.
They're not going to let him come to Alabama. The Mannings, for whatever reason, does not like Alabama. I mean, they didn't even consider us.
If Manning is pissed off, hey, they got the ego. Hey, they go where they want.
Hey, let's be honest. Around that time, if you're signing a quarterback, would you really consider it?
When what?
When Archie was going through it. When Archie was going through his recruitment.
Now Archie's the great grandmother.
I mean, not Archie, but you know what I'm talking about, the little kid.
Yeah.
His name is Arch. That went to Texas. You're talking about, would I go to Alabama? That was when Saban was still there. But the thing is,
we talking about the OC and the quarterback development.
If he went to Alabama, it wouldn't be because of OC. He went to Alabama because of Nick Saban's what I was going to say. But didn't they hire that guy who used to coach at Tennessee? What's that offensive coordinator did in Texas? Hire him as a off the field coach. I can't think of his name. Offensive play caller. All them years at Tennessee, real good offensive coordinator. What was his name? Went to Duke for a while, I think.
You talking about David Cutcliffe?
Yeah, that's why I think Texas hired Cutcliffe, but the Mannings love Cutcliffe, and he's got some kind of unofficial official job down in Texas, and that's why he went there. He went there because of Cutcliffe, and Cutcliffe had done a great job with first cousin. So I think that's why he went to there. But not with Alabama had no, I would. No, you're right. I wouldn't went to Alabama at that point in time if I was Manning.
And see, me, I'm a big Alabama
That's a different story.
I'm a big Alabama fan. And my son, he like Alabama too, and he always talk about Alabama. I said, look, man, I'm just telling you right now, if right now you had a choice, I said Alabama, as far as defensive line and DNs go, I said, I don't think that's the place to be right now. I said, I don't think that would be the place to be right now.
Who's the best defensive line coach in the country that you can think of right off the top of your head real quick?
I still like Bo Davis. I like what South Carolina defensive line coach got going on. I like A&M defensive line coach.
It's going to be an interesting year on our quarterbacks.
Really
Jeff says, how many quarterbacks are transferred to Melrose days? You got so many scenarios going on this coming up year.
See, we be getting at these coaches big time, especially the head coach, man. But just imagine the stuff that they got to deal with as coaches. Like, if I do this, this can possibly happen. But if I do this, man, it's stupid, man. I know I can do it. I can do it.
That's why they get millions and we don't.
Yeah. What do y'all think about maybe offensive coordinator? Y'all heard Colin Klein? You remember he used to play at Kansas State? He's a damn good. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's a good play caller, and I think Colin Klein would be a good one to maybe bring in. What do you think about it?
It's really going to depend on what we do with DeBoer and what he does quarterback-wise and scheme-wise with this next OC fit into his scheme. That's what it's going to be. This is the job of – go ahead.
Y'all was talking about the Texas thing. I don't know nothing about that, but I felt like I thought Archie Manning probably went because of Sarkisian and what he does with offenses and quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Cutcliffe. I agree. I mean, he's a great – I agree with that part too, but they hired Cutcliffe in some form or fashion. But, again, if not Nick Harrell, Alabama, who? But go ahead.
Two-time, you got lucky. You got lucky two-time.
What did
Georgia Tech play you one heck of a game. No, our buddy two-time just jumped in.
Oh.
We always got to say hi to two-time. Always. That's the man right there.
We never did get back to that, OC job. If it's Nick Chubb, not Chubb, is there anybody out there? Again, I brought up Colin Klein, and there's also Graham Harrell. He seemed to be pretty well known at West Virginia and USC and Purdue. But who would y'all think? Would you want a more run-based offensive coordinator or pass? What's y'all's ideas on what your offensive coordinator at Alabama should do? And go, I'll shut up.
I don't know, but this is going to be the last one.
I'm just tell you, like, I really like the stuff that Georgia Tech OC did last night because he had several things, man. He had several things going. They ran the ball. And I will say this: the GT, the Georgia Tech OC, I think he did coach at Georgia before, so he kind of knew Kirby Smart tendencies. That probably helped as well, but. I just like balance, man. I don't like it have to be based on a pass, based on a run. I like balance. But answer your question, and it comes from my old school mindset. I do like a run-based offense. That you know what I'm saying? I do like a run-based offense.
But I do like a good quarterback too.
Yeah, exactly.
I have to give it that. All right, guys, we're going to get out of here. We've been on here for an hour and 10 minutes. It's been fun. It's always great to have Junior on here. I'm glad Spencer had to leave. So, guys, he is gone. Balance is key. We've been talking about that. Balance is key there, Danielson. Go ahead, AT, we're going to get out.
Here's another one. Nobody's thought of. I don't know if we could get him away from there, but what do y'all think about, I think Chip Kelly might be there. He's a damn good player.
Oh, hell no. That's enough of that, Chip. Oh.
Chip Kelly could be.
I don't want no Chip Kelly. No. No.
I didn't interrupt you when you talk. Come on, be nice now, Icebox.
Nope. Nope. We're not going that iffy road, and I'm not going no Chip Kelly. Sorry. All right, guys, we got to get out of here, sure enough. So let's get out of here. Guys, y'all have a good one, and y'all take care of yourself. Junior, appreciate it so much, brother.
No
See you after a
problem.
while. All right, take care of yourself.
All right.
Bye-bye.
You've got to be better in all three areas of life, which of course are spiritual, mental, and physical. You must be able to discipline yourself. If you don't learn but one thing out of football, it'll be worthwhile. There's certain sacrifices that you will have to make. There are going to be many sacrifices you have to make in later life. To fight. Oh, I don't mean fist fight. I mean to get up and come back and get up and come back and get up and come back again after you've been knocked down. And that could happen to you in later life. But if it does, you're going to know how to handle it. There's no one that ever has or ever will accomplish anything alone. I've read about self-made men. That's Tommy rot, as far as I'm concerned. I don't even know how to define intangibles. And I know that if you learn these lessons, you'll have it. And if you have it, you'll win, and you'll be better prepared in those three areas of life that we've been talking about. That there are going to be times for everyone that you're going to get discouraged. But if you never lose sight of your objective and never give up on yourself, if we do that as a team, 11 at the time, 4 years from now, why, we'll be walking out of here